Hello tarot readers, welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Gaynor Carrillo and I'm a tarot coach and a spiritual success coach, and I'm also a tarot teacher. Today I'm going to do a small video on a really basic error, which I feel is an error, a little kind of hiccup that some tarot readers have, and I've taught this for over 20 years and recently I found that I did it myself, and it's one of those I want to kick myself moments, you know, when you do something that you just know that you don't do that it's not something that you would normally do, and afterwards you think, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. So I'm hoping that through my errors you'll be able to learn a little bit, and that is really simple. When you're asking your tarot a question, ask for one person at a time. Don't ask for more than one person in the same question. So I'll give you a little example of this. Imagine that I'm going on a holiday with my husband, and I ask the tarot cards, I'm going on holiday with my husband, how's it going to go for us? How's our holiday going to go? So I pull out a few cards, and one or two things or three things could happen here. First of all, I might get really conflicting cards if me and my husband's experience on the holiday is different. So as a tarot reader, I might find a really strange card combination that, you know, doesn't make much sense, because the cards are trying to figure out what to reply to. Do they reply to my experience in my holiday or to my husband's experience in the holiday? If we're both kind of having the same time, you know, the same kind of time, sorry, and you know, we're both enjoying our holiday, then the cards may respond with something really basic like, yeah, it's going to be fun, yeah, it's going to be okay. But imagine that I was in bed for 3 days because I got sick, I didn't feel too well, and I said to my husband, you go off and have a good time. And for 3 days I'm lying in bed wishing I could enjoy a little bit of my holiday, and he's playing golf every day. And I'm saying to him, don't stay in the hotel room, it's boring here, go out, play golf. And he's having the time of his life. He's having fun, he loves golf, I don't. He's meeting friends there, he's having a few beers there, whatever. Our experience would be so different that the cards would have a real hard time saying, how did we enjoy our holiday, or how are we going to enjoy our holiday? So if I was to ask a question for two people, it's always best to separate it. First of all, though, remember when you're asking about somebody else, there is that kind of fine line of where you can cross between, you know, just really asking a question because it may affect you, or somebody's outcome may affect you, the way their attitude is may affect you, what happens to them may affect you. And the other thing is just being nosy. You know, I just want to know what's going on in such body's life. So when you're asking about other people, you always have to kind of keep an eye on that you're not just going into I'm being nosy territory. But let's say, just for this video's sake, that the questions you really want to know because they're going to affect you. The best way to do it is to say, how is the holiday going to go for me? And then pull out a card, how is the holiday going to go for my husband? And see the cards for your husband. And you may get two different stories going on, and that will give you an idea. And this is the same when we're doing readings for other people. So for example, if we've got a client turn up and they say to us, I'm going on holiday with my husband, are we gonna enjoy it? Then you might want to reword this and say, well, let me have a look at you. How's your holiday going to go? Blah, blah, blah. And we pull out cards for you. And now, what's your husband's name? I like to ask names when I'm differentiating people, but you might prefer to ask the zodiac sign, or, you know, when was the date of birth, or you may ask what age they are. I don't know how you work, every tarot reader's different, but I just like to ask the name. So I might say, okay, what's your husband's name? His name's Paul. Okay, how's Paul's holiday going to go? Now he's going on holidays with his wife. And you'll find by doing this, you'll get a lot more information. And the same is in all kinds of questions where there's more than one person. For example, oh, my kids are going to come and visit me. They're both coming on holiday to visit me. They're going to spend a month with me. How is the journey going to go for them? So we're pulling out a card and we've got this little bit of conflicting information, but it seems okay. So we go, yeah, it's going to go great. And then we find out that one of them doesn't come. If we would have, now we understand why the cards were a bit strange or why the answer was a little bit unclear. If we would have done it individually, say, well, what's your children's name? Well, my son's called Peter and Paul. Okay, how's Paul's journey going to go? Oh, Paul's going to have a really good journey, no problems there. It's going to go like a breeze. He's going to really enjoy it, a lot of laughter. How's Peter's journey going to go? Oh, I don't see Peter's journey. I don't see him coming. There's something there that stops him from coming, last minute changes. And then maybe, he can't travel due to work or something like that. And he doesn't come. But you wouldn't have been able to get that information had you not separated what seems like one question and we're putting them together. What's our journey going to be like? What's their journey going to be like? What they going to do? And we're putting them together. We don't get the full story. So just try and kind of separate your questions when it comes to more people in a reading. And that's one of the things where I made a mistake recently by asking about 2 people when I should have asked about one person and then the other person separately. And it's such a, a newbie mistake. And yeah, there I was doing that stupid mistake. And I messed up. I totally messed up because I wasn't seeing the full picture because the question was wrong. And so if the question's right, the cards should be right. If the cards come out wrong, it's because the question was wrong or the interpretation was wrong. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to probably have the wrong question or the wrong spread or, the wrong way of asking the question, which is in this case, asking for 2 people at the same time. So for example, innocent little questions like, my sisters are going to come for Christmas. Are they going to enjoy it? And, are they going to enjoy it? First of all, is that question you really want to ask the cards? It says, if you do want to ask the cards, do you want to rephrase the question a little bit? Like, how are they going to be with you over Christmas? How are you going to have a good time with your sisters over Christmas? Maybe rephrase it so it's reflecting the client. And then, obviously, we don't want to put all your sisters in one pack because 5 sisters may have 5 different experiences. So you may want to say to your client, how many sisters have you got? 4. Okay, what's the name? Well, my one sister's name is Julie. Okay, so we're going to ask the cards. How are you and Julie going to interact over Christmas? Or how are you and Julie going to be together over Christmas? Or are you going to have a good time, you and Julie, together over Christmas? And then pull the cards out and say, oh yeah, it's going to be amazing. You're going to get on really well. You're going to be chatting. You're going to be laughing. You're going to have lots of fun. Okay, what's your other sister's name? My other sister's name is Angela. Okay, let's have a look at Angela. Oh, I can see a big conflict there with Angela. I don't feel like you're going to have a good time with her. You're not going to talk very much with her. There seems to be a barrier between you both. And so that way you're getting a full picture of every single sister that's involved in this question. Instead of just throwing them in the bucket and saying, how am I going to get on with my sisters? I've got 4 sisters, throw them in the same bucket. And then we're just kind of pulling a trick out of the hat, pulling a rabbit out of the bucket and seeing what we get. And that's what we're really doing when we're adding all these questions together. So when it's more than one person, ask more than one question. Always just kind of remember that in your mind. If it's more than one person, more than one question. But really try and get that down as a habit. I've actually got that down as a habit, to be honest. I normally do that all the time, 99.9% of the time. That is the first thing I do. The moment somebody says to me, are my children going to be okay, on the holidays, or are my children going to do this? I always say, whoa, one moment, let's go by steps. How many children have you got and what's the names? And then, and asking question, a lot of people, tarot readers say to me, yeah, but if I did that, then I'd be asking my clients a question, and I don't ask a client a question. Well, when we're just asking things like how many children are you talking about and what's the names, then that's not like digging in there to find out pre-information before we give a reading. That's not like getting fed information so that we can work on it, or getting, kind of tricking our client. It's just basically you're asking me the question, and for me to be able to reply, I need to know who we're talking about. Because if you say to me, oh, am I going to have a good summer with my children? And you've got 8 children and 2 of them you're not going to see, and 1 of them lives in Australia, but you're really just talking about 2 of them that are coming to stay with you, then really my question should be focused on each one of those 2. So asking a question for a tarot reader isn't a bad thing at all, and you know, especially when it's questions that your clients ask you first and you're just clarifying it, you're just getting more information so that it works. Because if not, you know, my children, and the woman's got 8 children, then it could be a little bit confusing. I hope you enjoyed this little video today. If you did enjoy it, please touch like, subscribe to my channel, and if you hit the little bell, you'll get notified every time I do a video. I'm really hoping to do a lot more videos now that summer's kind of, you know, over. No, it's not over, it's just less summer at the moment, and it's not that hot, because during the summer months it's so hot here for me to be able to do videos. I just melt in front of the camera really. So I'm hoping to be able to get back to doing some more videos, and if I've got support, if I've got people that like my videos, people that are talking about it, etc., obviously it's gonna, you know, push me to do a few more. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one, and thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day.